good afternoon. Welcome to Season 2 of Brewing Live, now filling your digital cup with great stuff that matters, brought to you by Decaf Coffee Republic, the home of certified life coaches here in the Philippines and now going global. Our physical space is located inside Pioneer Center along Pioneer Road, corner Brixton and United Streets, Capitolio, Pasig City. So I'm coming in live from Decaf Coffee Republic. So Decaf Coffee Republic is open daily from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. for dine-in, pick-up, and delivery of your premium drinks and nutritious food. Plant-based meal is also available to help keep you fit and healthy, especially during this time of pandemic. And for coaching services, just connect with Coach Rizal through 0917-586-1661 any time of the day and any day of the week. We offer coaching services on demand 24 by 7. Brewing Live Season 2 is another 31 exploration journey that aims to fill your digital cup with great stuff that matters. Our heart is to serve the community and ignite your space with opportunities for impact, income, and influence. And this project is in partnership with Coach A Coaching Club, the premier club for coaches and entrepreneurs. Our mission as club members is to create massive impact by turning our talents into income and influencing the people in our chosen domain and territory through the platform of life coaching. Please connect with Coach Rizal through 0917-586-1661 to more about how you can be part of Coach A Coaching Club and benefit from the learning opportunity with Master Coach A. Thank you for joining me today. So please do tag a friend in the comment below and share this link in your timeline and FB groups and pages so that we can reach more people and help transform lives. So for today's episode, I will share with you the power of words. So Okay, so before we continue, I'll introduce again myself. I'm Coach Maureen. I am a professional life coach certified by Global Institute for Coaches and Entrepreneurs and also a bona fide institute for mental health based in Dallas, Texas, USA. So I help HR professionals and business leaders create a culture of coaching in the workplace so employees will have higher productivity and higher engagement at work. And I am also an HR professional and an entrepreneur. I'm one of the directors of the Cup Coffee Republic. So mm, for today, I want you to be intentional and get your pack my bag moment. So what is pack my bag moment? These are your highlights or your aha moments that you can get in today's talk. So write down in your journal or anything in your notebook or in your iPad, in your phone, what you can get and share it in your timeline. Use hashtag pack my bag moment and pick up brewing live so we can see and hear your thoughts about the topic. All right. So says here that words are containers for powers and you choose what kind of power they carry. And so if you will notice here, I want you to focus on three things. So um, about power and about the choice of choosing what kind of power you want to carry through your words. And we all know that words are powerful because our tongue has the power to speak life and death. So right now, about if we are going to look and reflect on ourselves, what kind of power are we releasing through our tongue? Is it something that speaks life, or is it something that speaks destruction or death to other people? But since our tongue is very powerful, how can we use the power of words to our advantage? And we all know that our thoughts trigger our emotions. But before our thoughts, there are also words that affect our thoughts or the way that we think. What we tell to ourselves becomes our reality. The question is, how are we using it? How are we using the words that we tell so that um, sabotaging ourselves, what we can use is to use it for our own advantage and speak life first to ourselves. So how can we use the power of words in our advantage? So first one is it starts within. So it says in Luke 6:45, out of the overflow of the heart, the mouth speaks. The world is the reflection of ourselves, and the way that we communicate with others is a reflection of our own communication with our own self. Before parang ano nung sinabi sa akin parang ha paano naman yun, di ba? But eventually all throughout the journey I realized that it is true. When we are hard on ourselves and when we beat ourselves, the tendency is we judge other people as well. But when we are kind and compassionate to ourselves, what we speak out of our hearts, when we fill our hearts with kindness and compassion and love, that's also the thing, that's also the very words that we tell to other people. So question now is how do you communicate with yourself? When you assess yourself right now, how are you communicating with yourself? What are your self-talks? What are the usual words that you tell yourself kapag nag-fail ka, when you are disappointed, or when you do not get the things that you want? What are the usual self-talks that you have? Is it something that builds you up? Is it something that bring out healing? Is it something that speak life? Or is it something that is sabotaging? And how is your relationship with other people? How is it affecting your relationship with other people? What are the words that you are telling to other people? What kind of words and what kind are those words um, something that nourishes other people as well? And next is how do you see yourself? So why is it important that we have a healthy view of ourselves? Because how we look ourselves will also be the basis of the things that we will tell ourselves. Do you see your own beauty? And do you see your value? Do you see that you are capable to do great things or you see otherwise? How do you see yourself? And what are the things that you are telling yourself? Whenever you look at yourself in the mirror, what are the things that you tell about you? Do you see how beautiful you are? And do you see how beautiful your heart is? I remember in one of the episodes that Master Coach A shared, it's the circumcision of the heart. I remember what she said in there that we are all beautiful creations. Our heart is beautiful, and that is our identity. Your heart is beautiful, and that is your identity. But when you see yourself in the mirror, how do you see yourself? Second is to make a decision. Every word that we say, or every word that you say, it is like a seed that you plant every time you speak. Our heart is like a soil that you put, na pag tinaniman mo ng seed, it will grow. That's why the number one first step really is to look into our heart because the heart is yun yung soil na pagtataniman ng seed. And the word that we tell is like a seed na dun siya itatanim. And every time that we speak, it's like a seed that's planted in our heart. So every seed, di ba, lumalabo siya. And every seed will grow and eventually it will reap a harvest. So question now is what kind of fruits do you want to harvest? Do you want to harvest fruits of love, joy, peace, gentleness, and kindness? And if you want those, it starts with the seeds that you are planting on today. What kind of seeds are you planting today? because it matters. Every word that you tell to yourself, every word that you tell to other people, it is like a seed that is planted in your heart and in the heart of other people. And that seed will grow eventually. So make a decision and remember that you have the power to choose. What kind of seeds are you planting on today so that you will get the fruits that you want to harvest in the future? The number three is to cultivate it. So no tree grew overnight. Wala um, plant na walang tree na namunga overnight. It always takes time, effort to cultivate it. And it is always a process and a journey. So once the seeds are planted in our heart, of course we have to cultivate it. And we have to nourish it so that it will bear fruits, the fruits that we want to see and want to harvest. So how can you cultivate the seeds that you are planting in your life? So once you know the seeds that you want to plant, second is you have already chosen to the seeds that you have already planted it. So how can you nourish it? How can you water it? So what are the things that you feed your mind? So remember, our mind is also like our physical body. So, di ba, sa physical body, inaalagaan nga natin kung ano yung mga intake natin, di ba? As much as possible, we want to have eat healthy food. We want to have healthy lifestyle. We want to exercise our body so that we can have a healthy physical body. So same thing with our mind. What are the things that you feed your mind? Because what you feed your mind, eventually it will manifest. And does it support the growth of the seeds that you want to plant? Does it support the goals that you want to have? The, the life that you want to have? Is it aligned? Or you want to have fruits of joy, peace, and love, but what you are feeding your mind are not aligned to it. You're feeding hate, you're feeding unforgiveness, you're feeding yourself with bitterness, you're feeding yourself with stress. So what can you do right now so that it will be aligned? Remember that the battle begins in the mind. When we win the battle in our mind, then eventually it will manifest outside. That's why it's if you will see the picture, it said take every thought captive. Every battle, diba, wala naman tayong nakitang soldier na wala tayong nakitang soldier na hindi equipped or pumunta sa laban ng hindi equipped. But every soldier is equipped for battle. And how are we equipping ourselves? Said, take every thought captive. We have the power to take captive the thoughts that we have. And first is by being aware as well on what we are thinking. When we know that a thought crossed our mind, a negative thought crossed our mind, self-doubt crossed our mind, what are we doing on that thought? Are we killing it or are we nourishing it? Oo nga, ito, um, something, a thought came in your mind and hindi ka naman magaling eh. Tapos, naisip mo siya, oo nga, hindi naman talaga ako magaling. And so on and so on. Tapos, di na tayo gumalaw. So, the battle begins in our mind. And how are we equipping ourselves today? It matters. We are victorious. we are destined to create great things, and our identity is a victor. We are victorious. So how are we living it out? And next is, of course, in a battle, no one goes in a battle alone. Oh, pag pumunta ka ng battle, no one comes to battle alone. And since it is a battle, we need people who can help us as well, so that we can live out the victory that we have. And that's why it is important that we have people around us as well. We have people to work with us, to help us, to tell us what our blind spots are. Because we all have blind spots. And we need people to tell us the truth in love, so that we know how to get out of it. And sometimes we are in a cycle. We are in a cycle, in a default mode na hindi natin alam na nandun tayo. But with the help of other people, we know na kayang lumabas, because we are being accountable. We have accountability. We have people whom we can be accountable with. And there are people who will help us and tell us the truth in love. And they will celebrate you, to celebrate you, but not tolerate you. So do you have people? Do you have do you have those kind of people in your life right now? Because it matters. Imagine, 'di ba, yung ano natin is to cultivate. So just imagine, you throw a seed sa semento, paano naman tutubo yun, 'di ba? Kahit anong bungkal mo dun, hindi siya tutubo. So where you plant it is also matters. So it means that where you all are also planted, it matters. And remember that in every battle, isolation is not the answer. It's actually one of the key. It's actually one of the subtle ways of sabotaging yourself in going alone. And it's not meant that you fight alone, because there are people who loves you and who will fight for you. So remember that help is available, and there are people who can work with you. So do you have those people? So last is, our words has the power to heal and destroy. And when we change our words, we can change the world. Our words are very powerful. It can heal. It can heal. It can bring healing, and it can bring destruction. But when we start changing our words, and you have when we pull back a bit, when we start changing the way that we see ourselves as well, and give the love that we are longing for, we give it to ourselves. When we fill ourselves with love and compassion, then that's also the thing that we can give to the world. And our words will becomes more compassionate. Our words become more kind, and we can be a channel of healing to the broken people outside. So the world is already, ayun the world is already hurting right now. There are lots of people hurting, um, and there is something that we can do. First is be kind. Be kind to yourself. Be more loving to yourself, and be good to yourself. And healing comes and begins from within. And sometimes the pain, the wounds that we have is caused not by other people, but it is actually caused by ourselves. We have to forgive ourselves as well. So I want to invite you to check on the Emotional Rehab Coaching Bundle by Master Coach A. It's healing from emotional trauma, breakups, and betrayal. So this coaching bundle really creates miracle, and I'm also a product of it. When we start healing from within, we start to become a vessel of healing to other people as well. So connect with me. So it's 0917-903-8155 or message me at coachmaumestica at gmail.com. And um, you can also join my Facebook group. It's Fail Proof Your Business Success. So thank you so much for today. And so in behalf of Decaf Coffee Republic, and Coach A Coaching Club, we want to thank you all for being part of this journey. You can watch the replay of all episodes from season 1 to 2 inside FB page of Decaf Coffee Republic and Life Coach Philippines. And you can also check on Coach A I Connect YouTube channel for HD copy. So tomorrow our episode is Power of Forgiveness by Coach Teen. So be sure to join us back at 12 noon. So that would be all for today. Thank you guys for joining. Love bomb boom.